Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. I am Money Mike, and today we are going to be doing my predictions for SummerSlam 2024. What do I think is going to happen on Saturday night? Live from Cleveland, Ohio. And we know that The Miz is going to be hosting SummerSlam. And we also know that, once again, it is a very short card. We only have 7 matches, and for some odd reason, we have a 3-hour pre-show. So, I won't have a 3-hour pre-show, but you can join me on this channel on Saturday night at 6:30, as I will be here live streaming SummerSlam as it goes down, and I will react to everything that happens on the show. And I will be here Friday night for a special SmackDown before SummerSlam live stream. So hit that like and subscribe button right now. So, Bayley, Nia Jax for the WWE Women's Championship. I'm picking Nia Jax. I think, we've done enough with Bayley. I think, she doesn't need a long title run. I think you can move on to Nia Jax. Nia Jax has done some of the best work in her career since she's come back, and I think she needs to be rewarded for it. And I think Nia being the one to take the title off of Bayley, I think that's a great story. They've been parlaying, the history between Nia and Bayley, where, Nia Jax hurt Bayley a couple years ago. And so they're playing off the history between one another. And so, yeah, I think Nia Jax is going to win. And do I think Tiffany Stratton is going to cash in? Some people think that Tiffany will cash in, but the fact that they're already teasing the fact that Tiffany's going to have a new briefcase tells me that Tiffany is going to probably be making a lot of money for WWE by selling a lot of briefcases. So it's going to be a while before we see Tiffany cash in that briefcase. I talked about it here when that might happen in this video, so you can check that out here. But no cash in. Nia Jax wins, and she has her run with the title. Next up, Logan Paul, Cleveland's own Logan Paul, will defend the United States Championship against LA Knight. Yeah. And if you were there in Detroit last year for SummerSlam, the pop that LA Knight got for winning the Slim Jim Battle Royal was absolutely insane. I was there. It was insane. When he eliminated Sheamus to win, I mean, it was the Slim Jim Battle Royal, but you might as well have said he won the Royal Rumble, because that pop was as if it was someone winning the Royal Rumble. And the fact that WWE has managed to keep him as over as he is, he still gets the biggest reactions on the show. To me, Logan Paul, you're losing that title. LA Knight is going to get himself his first singles title, which everybody has been waiting on. Speaking of new champions, I've already said Nia Jax, LA Knight. To me, this is going to be a night of new champions, ladies and gentlemen, because WWE is going to right the wrong of what they did at Money in the Bank by having Braun Breaker beat Sami Zayn for the Intercontinental Championship, and I think he's going to do it convincingly. I could see this being a squash. Not a squash, but I do think it could be close to the level of just Brock and Cena from 2014. Because if they really want to put Braun over, I could really see them having Braun just destroy Sammy, and Sammy not getting no offense. He'll be taken off TV before potentially going back to the whole Bloodline storyline, which I'll get to in a little bit. But yeah, I've made 3 predictions so far and 3 title changes. Take that for what you will, and I suck at these predictions, by the way. So don't take these with a grain of salt. The World Heavyweight Championship match. Just stick with the championships here. Damian Priest, Gunther. Now, I do think the match order here is going to be interesting because how the World Heavyweight title match plays out is going to depend on what happens in Liv versus Rhea. So which one will go first? And to me, I have Gunther beating Priest because I think the split of the Judgment Day is coming, and I think we're going to get good Judgment Day versus bad Judgment Day. And it's going to be revealed, I think Liv Morgan is going to retain the title. I'm going to just combine these here. Liv Morgan is going to beat Rhea Ripley, and I think, a lot of people are waiting for Dom to be the one to turn on Rhea, but call me crazy, but I think Finn is going to be the one to cost Rhea the match. He's going to at least have some kind of connection with Liv Morgan in the whole end of all of this. I think Finn will ultimately cost Gunther the match, or at the very least, it's going to be a straight-up one-on-one match, and then the downfall of the Judgment Day is going to happen on Raw, where the splits will happen between them. Next up, we have what should be the main event of this show if it wasn't for the Bloodline, if it wasn't for Roman Reigns potentially coming back, if it wasn't for potentially The Rock showing up, or whoever. I'll get into that in a second. But if it wasn't for that, CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, Seth Rollins as a special guest referee, arcing back to SummerSlam 1997, where we had a very similar situation where we had Undertaker versus Bret Hart with Shawn Michaels as a special guest referee, which I was watching that the other day on Peacock because of how similar these matches are. And I think we're going to see the same thing here. I think it's going to be something where Drew is going to tick off Seth Rollins. Seth is going to get mad. He's going to try to cost Drew the match, but he's going to inadvertently hit Punk. Therefore, Drew McIntyre will beat Punk inadvertently because of Seth Rollins, which will then spin off CM Punk to fight Seth Rollins. So, yeah. Drew McIntyre beats CM Punk to win after Seth Rollins gets involved in some form and abuses his referee power. Now, the main event of the show, if Roman Reigns is coming back like we all think, potentially The Rock. Now, if it ain't now the only way that this match, Cody Rhodes Solo Sikoa, main events this show, is if you have something that is going to be waiting for us, the fans, at the end of it. Because you can't just send the crowd home happy, like, yay, Cody won again. Like to me, Cody and Solo is not main event worthy. Like I said, Drew and Punk should close the show out if you're not having Roman return, if you're not having The Rock come back. So, So yeah, I'm going to pick Cody Rhodes to retain the title, and I think after that we'll get some bloodline shenanigans, and then Roman Reigns will come out, make the save for Cody, or we're going to get The Rock, because Triple H, like I said, Triple H plays the long game with his booking, which is why I said I don't think Tiffany Stratton will cash in yet. But what if Roman Reigns doesn't come back? What if it's The Rock? What if The Rock comes back and at Survivor Series we get The Rock, Cody Rhodes for the championship, and then that's when we get Roman Reigns. That's when we get Paul Heyman back. That's when we get Jimmy back. What if they prolong Roman Reigns' return? Which I don't think they will. I do think we get Roman Reigns back, but yeah, like I said, like literally, if we don't have Roman Reigns come back, we don't have The Rock come back, maybe even Brock Lesnar. I mean, look, Triple H talked about it. I'm going to talk about it tomorrow on Friday in a bonus video before I do my live stream of SmackDown on Friday night, on whether we will see Brock Lesnar return. But Brock Lesnar potentially coming back to defend the honor of Paul Heyman, I mean, I think that would make most fans forget everything that has happened with Brock and why he has not been on TV since last year at SummerSlam. So, yeah, there it is. That's my predictions. Cody Rhodes beats Solo Sikoa, and then something is going to happen, whether it's Roman Reigns coming back, The Rock, or Brock Lesnar to come back, and that's how they close the show. So comment below. Let me know in the comments, what do you guys think will happen at SummerSlam on Saturday night? So once again, join me live as Ringside Cinema Live will be here for SmackDown on Friday and Saturday with SummerSlam. I've been your host, Money Mike, and you've been watching Ringside Cinema.